Yes, guys, welcome back to Kossi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kossi, and this is the final update on AOUAR, Yves Bissouma, and Renato Sanchez. Arsenal believed to be very, very close, on Renato, but finally the deal did not actually come through. Do smash a like on the video, do subscribe to the channel. We are on transfer deadline day live, trying to give you all the updates that are happening around the world, especially in terms of transfers and Arsenal. I've seen a couple of people trying to really push for these moves on Twitter, on social media. Please don't force the moves. If they were going to happen, they would have happened. But because Arsenal were never even interested in getting in a midfielder, probably that's the reason as why many of these deals have actually not fallen, have actually not come through. So let us start off with AOUAR. Today, obviously, there's been a couple of stories and reports moving around on how why is he going to sign for Arsenal? Is he going to join Tottenham Hotspur? Even Real Madrid were reported to be in the mix for the player. That is how intense it became with AOUAR. Now, it looks like Arsenal wanted to get him on a loan deal with an option to buy, and Lyon have objected to that, and now David Ornstein has said it looks like by the look of things, Arsenal will not be getting AOUAR. He will be staying at Lyon. He will be staying at Lyon. Madrid have also tried to hijack the deal. Obviously, it's not a hijack because it was never going anywhere. But Madrid have also believed to be, interested in the final hours. But their interest has not materialized into anything. The same goes with Tottenham Hotspur. There's been a couple of stories that Spurs could actually see something happen, between them and the player. However, still with the same story with Tottenham Hotspur, nothing has actually materialized. So as at the last minute, maybe something could happen between anyone and AOUAR. But for me, the final update in regards to Arsenal is that Arsenal will not be pursuing AOUAR. It's done and dusted. AOUAR will be staying at Lyon if no other clubs are interested in him. Obviously, he's bound to a contract until 2023, so he still has a couple of years on his contract. Probably next summer, we will see better interest from AOUAR from a couple of clubs. But this season and last summer, it looks like AOUAR will have to stay at Olympique de Lyon. Obviously, people, do smash a like on the video. It's transfer deadline day. Like I said, a lot of stories have been flying in here and there. Now, I've received a couple of requests and questions on Yves Bissouma as well. Let me touch on that, as well. Now, with Yves Bissouma, it was more like fans interested in buying the player more than the club. Arsenal fans wanted Yves Bissouma more than Arsenal wanted to buy the player. Yes, there were reports that talks were ongoing. Yes, there were reports that Arsenal will tie to Yves Bissouma on transfer deadline day. All that has been around. But right from day one, Fabrizio Romano told us that he doesn't have the skill set Arsenal are looking for. He doesn't have, he doesn't fall into that kind, into that caliber or nature of players Arsenal are looking for in the midfield. And finally, Arsenal have ended up with Granit Xhaka. So probably it was Granit Xhaka that we wanted. It was Granit Xhaka that has the skill set that Arsenal wanted. Obviously, this is a transfer that made a lot of sense because Xhaka is out in 3 games. Partey is injured. Abesambi Lokonga is the only player available with Mohamed Elneny. Obviously, we know that they almost give you the same thing. Going into that Norwich game, you need to build momentum. You need to build attack. You need to build rhythms. You needed a player like Yves Bissouma. You needed a player like Yves, definitely. But Arsenal have decided, against that. We had an opportunity to get in Yves Bissouma. That one has also died. Brighton have been reported to be asking for around 35 million euros. Even on deadline day, they were still open for to do the deals. But Arsenal have also failed on that. Edu looks like is satisfied with what he has done in the market. Still moving on in terms of final updates and midfielders is Renato Sanchez. Again, we've been linked with Renato Sanchez all summer, especially after the period in the Euros. He had a very good spell in the Euros. Obviously, he's injury prone. Obviously, he wasn't our first option. Personally, he wasn't my first option, but I would have taken him. I would take him because I think he's better than what we've got. He's better than all the crap that we have in the midfield. But it has failed. Arsenal have tried to hijack that deal, to get into talks behind the scenes, but it looks like Arsenal have subsequently failed to hijack the deal for Renato Sanchez to Wolves. So don't be surprised if we see Renato Sanchez in the Premier League, but not obviously playing in London and not playing for Arsenal. He'll be playing with the Foxes, Wolves, definitely. They are getting in a very, very good man. Ruben Neves, Renato Sanchez, that's a good midfield. That's absolutely very, very good midfield. I think they also need the same player, just like Arsenal need him. I think Neves just gives them that kind of CDM protection and ball distribution. I think Renato adds some more pressure to the mix, and they're gonna have a very, very good attack. I think he's so lucky there, Bruno Lange, to get in such a player on transfer deadline day. Okay, so away from Renato, I've been asking a couple of questions about Marco Asensio, and I can confirm that even with Real Madrid signing in Eduardo Camavinga, from Rennes for around 30 million euros, Arsenal will not be able to get in Marco Asensio. And I'll say that again. Arsenal are not getting in Marco Asensio. That deal is also off. Arsenal have tried to get that one done in the past couple of days. There've been interest linking us with the club. Really not Arsenal trying to get it done, because I don't think we've really tried to find a way forward to get the deal done. But there've been interest. There've been a couple of reports claiming that Arsenal is probably interested in getting in Marco Asensio, especially with the fact that Real Madrid wanted to get in some money to buy Kylian Mbappe, but the Mbappe deal failing, and Madrid now focusing on getting in Eduardo Camavinga, which is a done deal officially. It looks like Arsenal will not get in Marco Asensio. Okay, which other midfielders do you want to know? I think that is the latest in terms of Arsenal and the midfielders. Bruno Guimaraes, Arsenal had lined up Bruno Guimaraes as the perfect partner to Thomas Partey. I've been looking at Tom Canton, writing with Football.London. Now he's so lucky because he's so good, he was actually giving us a very good opinion on Edu and Bruno Guimaraes, and he would say that he was the perfect player. He was the perfect player to partner Thomas Partey in that midfield. Edu had spotted well. They had actually gone for the right alternatives, but they actually failed to get the deal done as well. So that is what is happening with Arsenal on the transfer deadline day. I'll come back with the Tomiyasu update. The medical is done. Medical is done. We will pay less than 20 million euros in a final fee for the player. At least that one is done. Arsenal have gotten a right back, despite the fact that a couple of reports are now reporting that the guy is not a right back. The guy is not even a centre back. It's interesting. But we will get into that. We will try. We'll definitely get into that tomorrow. And see. I'm coming back today with Tomiyasu updates, Bellerin updates, and obviously to wrap up the day and see how have Arsenal done in this transfer market, especially on deadline day. We had a chance to do better. I don't think we have done that. Do smash a like on the video just once. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get this this party moving and rolling. And obviously, people, I believe in you and you believe in me. We will speak to you very, very soon.